What would I do if I only had $100 and I wanted to get started in DeFi Kingdoms? Let's talk about it. The awesome thing with DeFi Kingdoms is you have lots of options. Unlike me, when it comes to the ladies. The awesome thing with DeFi Kingdoms, lots of options on the other hand. It's amazing. First, you could take that $100 and put it in liquidity pools and earn, or a liquidity pool probably, and earn crystal with that. Let's look at the liquidity pools. Okay. You look at the seed box here in the gardens, you got Crystal ETH earning the most. That's a good one to start with. So you could put $50 in Crystal, $50 in ETH. How do you get the money here? Well, one way to do it is you've got the $100, you buy Avalanche with FTX, you send the Avalanche from FTX to your Avalanche MetaMask wallet. Then with this Synapse, and it's down in the description, synapseprotocol.com. Okay, that's an option. You do have good options here. Earn some fat APR, not APY. This APY, man, I should pull out an APY calculator. It's like in the thousands of percent APY, 238%. It's starting to balance out a little bit. We got in this pool $1.1 million. That might continue to grow. It should be growing. It's kind of baffling to me that it doesn't. This Avalanche subnet that does millions of transactions per day, baby. Yes, love it. You also have this Jewel USDC pool earning 220%. So you could put half that money in USDC, which is stablecoin, the dollar, and the other half into Jewel. That's an option. Problem. Okay. I did another video, pros and cons. Should we own Crystal or Jewel? Watch some of those videos. Now, we do have a big unlocking happening over this next year, starting next month. I promise. I'm going to start an AMA question on this talk.defykingdoms.com. I'll do it. I'll post it. I'll talk about it probably in my next video. The devs, we need to talk about that and address it, because otherwise we're going to have a huge influx of Jewel coming in over the next year. Okay. But Jewel is about half the price of Crystal. They should be paired 1-to-1. So for several reasons, that's the case, but the use case is still the same regardless. So the big unlocking, yes, it could drive the price down of Jewel. It will also drive the price down of Crystal, if anything. I think more adoption is going to come in the game. The market cap, it's a micro cap coin. Is it a good time to buy? Is it a good time to buy crypto? Another good pool, Crystal AVAX. I've got a lot in that one, 211%. All these three pools, I would say, are good pools. I didn't mention, too, in the last video, this ETH USDC pool. That's another good pool to get into. If you want to just stay out of Jewel or Crystal right now, who knows what's going to happen? Okay, is it a good time to be buying this stuff? Who knows? It could go up, it could go down. People tell you all kinds of things. You never know. With crypto, it often does the opposite of what you think it's going to do. You did have Alex Becker recently kind of say he's got this feeling in his gut it's going to crash back down because inflation and all kinds of things are going to hit the ceiling. Or we could have already seen the bottom and we might just keep rolling on up over this next year, 2 years. But I think 2 to 3 years down the road, we're going to see massive gains as long as this project keeps rolling, developers keep developing. So do we trust Alex Becker? One thing you might not know, that Alex Becker is my half brother. I am his equal opposite. That's what I am. Has Alex Becker made billions of dollars with crypto? Yes. Have I lost millions of dollars in crypto? Yes. That's how we roll on this channel. On this channel, are we responsible with our money? No. We mindlessly dive in and buy as many heroes as humanly possible. That's how we roll. Does Alex Becker have a perfect 10 amazing GQ body? Yes, he does. Do I, on the other hand, have a perfect GQ body. Once upon a time, in the not too distant past, yes, I did. Now, what have I done? Who's got time for that? Ain't nobody got time for that. Doing CrossFit, working out. My CrossFit coach, wonder where I'm at. I haven't been around. You know why? Because I don't have time for that. I've been in my bed questing my heroes. Baby, we're committed. We're dedicated. We're focused. We focus on this channel. We can't let precious seconds go by without our heroes questing. Nothing must interrupt that process. So what would I do? What would I do if I had $100 with my jiggly belly in bed? Well, I think, even though there's no right or wrong way, that's the awesome thing. Options, baby, options. Here, DeFi Kingdoms, we got options. Probably what I would do, I'd come down here to the Tavern. So you send it to Crystalville. So you buy Avalanche from FTX, as an example. You send the Avalanche to your MetaMask wallet, Avalanche chain. Then you bridge it, Synapse, into Crystalville. You buy US, well, you would buy the Jewel. You'd buy the Jewel in Crystalville from Avalanche to Jewel. Then you would bridge, Synapse bridge, into Serendale. When you come to Serendale, let's look at that. Let's look at the hero floors. What I would do if I had $100, baby, $100, I would come and buy it. These heroes at the floor, they're around $11 or $12 is what 42 Jewel is right now. So, which has gone up. It was $5, $6, $7 not too long ago. Okay. Or whatever. I guess probably $7. Now it's like $10 or $11 or $12. So I would buy as many of these floor heroes as possible. Now, when you're buying the heroes, what do? You want to think, usually the floor is probably going to be the way to go. You could probably buy what, like 7 or 8 heroes with $100. Okay. So with these guys, right now, the most profitable heroes to quest, probably, now you have to have one token as well for the gas fees. They're high. But if you have gardeners and foragers, right now, they're profitable because gardeners are getting you milkweed. Foragers are even more profitable. Let's look at the floor. So the gardeners are the floor here. These guys are, and knights are actually kind of underrated gardeners. You just nail that vitality, keep leveling up that vitality, baby. Okay. The floor price for foragers, I think, has gone up. Maybe. Oh, not bad. 44. This guy, this monk, baby, uncommon. Okay, that's an option. You get the Swift Thistle. Then you can sell the Swift Thistle into Jewel. Milkweed for gardeners and spider fruit. You sell it into Jewel. Everything else that you get from their questing, sell it into gold, sell the gold. Okay, so gardeners, foragers are the best ROI right now, but the fees are kind of crazy for the one fees. Eats into that. It definitely eats into that. Fees are next to nothing on DFK chain mainnet, okay, in Crystalville. So if you did get fishers and miners, you could send the miners to Crystalville and I would do the training quest. The training quest, you get the crystals for leveling up. But until there's parity between the two chains and everything's going to Crystalville, which I think soon that will be happening, baby. Oh yeah. We will be throwing parties up in here when that happens. When everything is happening in Crystalville just the same as it's happening in Serendale. That will be amazing. So, but these foragers, this warriors are pretty good foragers. So Dex, this guy, that's a pretty good one. 72% leveling up on Dex. There you go. All right. He's only 20% intelligence though. So he's not the best forager by any stretch of the imagination, but he's not bad because of the Dex. You can hit on that Dex when you're leveling up. Okay. That's nice. So I would buy 6, 7, 8, 9 heroes. Another option is you could just buy one awesome hero. Okay. How much jewel will you get for $100? Let's look. Let's look at that. Let's come to the marketplace. I don't want to look at this marketplace though, because one USDC is all whacked out crazy. So we're going to come back to the DeFi Kingdoms chain. Okay, so you come to the trader, you send in that $100. Okay, it might be an avalanche, which you hit a little fee, and then there's bridge fees. It's killing me. But hey, you start somewhere, everything's lots cheaper. The floor hero at once upon a time was $500 for one floor hero. You get some crappy common hero. Okay, now things have changed. So if you put in 100 USDC, you get 509 jewel. You could focus on just one awesome hero. 509. That's nice. Now let's come back to the Harmony mainnet. Let's go back to the Tavern. Okay. So we have $100. We got 500. We got 500 jewel, baby. Okay. So what's the floor mythic? Reset. You could buy a mythic hero, I think, maybe. Yeah, well, almost. Ooh, if you can throw a little bit more in, you can get one of these mythic heroes, baby. 600, 599. This 600. What are these guys? Let's look. We got a fisher and a miner. They're both. So the floor is always going to be heroes that don't match well with their profession as far as when they level up. I might actually do this. But here's the thing. If you get these floor heroes, you get these floor guys, you have a bunch more, you can quickly level these guys up and have a better ROI. Well, I mean, not necessarily better. Those mythic floor heroes, that's cheap for a mythic, because the mythic floor heroes, when they reach level 100, will actually have more stat points than a common Dread Knight. A common Dread Knight. Let's look at the price. 2,500 jewel. It ain't 600 jewel. Okay. So at first, though, the Dread Knight's better all the way to that point. But then at some point, the mythic, every time you reach the 5th level, okay, you start with 10 extra stat points. So, man, you're not going to be far behind the whole time. You're going to be right there neck and neck with the Dread Knight. But once you hit level 5, you get a bonus 10 stat points, just random bonus 10 stat points. Then once you hit level 10, every 5 levels, you get 10 extra random bonus stat points every time you level up. So the math kind of shows, statistically speaking, you're going to get, by the time you're level 100, you're going to have more stat points with your mythic hero than with a common Dread Knight. That's something to keep in mind. So with that in mind, these are probably overpriced compared to a mythic hero. So maybe I would go with the route of the mythic hero, but man, having 7 or 8 of these guys, okay, at 42 jewel, you're going to fully, with the items that you collect, especially foraging right now, who knows, that's probably going to change. Swift Thistle won't forever be overpriced, I don't think. But who knows? You just never know. Same with gardening. You're always going to need the milkweed for stamina potions. When the contests come back, the stamina potions are going to be back hot again, and the milkweed will go back up to 300 gold, 350 gold even, if they do it right, which the devs, they always do it right. They're just awesome in this game. So that's one thought. You get heroes, their ROI is going to pay off in 4 months. So you'll get your money back from the hero in 4 months. And you level them up the whole time as quickly as humanly possible. The whole time you're leveling those guys up. You can resell these guys once they hit level 10. It takes a long time to hit level 10. That's why if you get a bot, you can get the Waifu bot right now, because ETH has come up. It's now like $72 for one of those bots. But even if I had 5 heroes or 10 heroes, I'd get a bot. But that's more money. It's an NFT bot though. That NFT appreciates. So I first bought my bots, it was like 30 some dollars. Now they're worth 72. Okay. And the way the structure has it, Discord below, the Waifu bot, is as time goes on, it's going to be more expensive to buy those NFTs that are the bot. The NFTs are really kind of the bot. It's amazing. I love it. Incredible. The bots are amazing. So even if I had 5 heroes, I'd probably be using a bot, probably, or 10 heroes. Otherwise, you're going to go crazy questing all the time. You know, even with only 6 or 8 heroes, you're going to have to quest constantly. Now, you know, it won't take that much time with that few heroes. So if you only have 8 heroes, you quest them 3 times a day, basically. So real quick, you go into your MetaMask, takes 5 minutes. You could get all those guys quested, collect and quest, collect and quest. That's all basically you're doing. It's so fun. I'm going to do a series for beginners, A to Z, step by step, holding your hand, ABCs of how to get going with DeFi Kingdoms, even getting a MetaMask wallet set up, doing all of it, A to Z. We're going to do it. So, because we need more adoption in this game. Best crypto game, best potential of all crypto games right here. I love it. So the ROI is better on the heroes than it is in the liquidity pools, if you ask me. Now, I've had people say the opposite, but in my experience, you're going to be getting at least 0.3 joule per hero per day. Now, as gold, the value of gold increases over time, which I think it will. That's going to increase as well. Then once you level your hero up, let's say you level your hero up to level 10. Let's take a look at a level 10 hero, the floor. The floor of level 10 heroes, 400 joule. Now that's come down. It's kind of a moving target. If you look at higher level here, it just keeps going up. So the more you quest your heroes, level them up, the more that, and look, it quickly goes up from 400 to 425 to 450. So let's say someone came in and bought up these 3 heroes. It's going to be 461, 465, 59. It goes from 465 to 599. So if someone bought these bottom 5 heroes, these floor, and this was a Thief Perilous Journey. Wow. Foraging. That's a good buy. That's a really good buy right there. Still has 3 summons left. The awesome thing with summons, okay, that's something to look at too when you're buying heroes. Because as they level up more and more, once someday, way down the road, once the day comes, what is that sound? I hope that's not messing up the video. One day, when the day comes, and we have a level 100 hero, every 5 levels, you get to use more Gaia tiers when you summon. That directly correlates to more stat points and more percentage stat points in the future for the hero that you're summoning. It's amazing. So those are my thoughts. You could buy this hero. You'd have enough jewel to buy this hero and another floor hero with $100 right there. In fact, I'm a little tempted to jump in there and buy that bad boy. You know it? I might beat you to it. But even like 400 jewel for this uncommon warrior. And he's a forager. What's this monk? A gardener? Gardener. A gardener priest, uncommon, level 10, forager. Awesome. So this perilous journey, they got 15 extra stat points. So he's stacked with dex and intelligence. That's pretty good. And luck. This guy, that's a pretty good hero. Pretty good price. Oh, and this guy's rare. That's a good price. That's 600 jewel for the level. 600 jewel was the floor just like last week for a level 10 hero. Now 600 will get you a rare level 10 mining priest, which that's like his worst profession or one of his worst. He's actually he's not terrible at mining. He's 60% endurance level up, only 30% strength, but He's not a terrible miner, actually. And he still has 5 summons, but he's a Gen 3. So you wouldn't want to summon anything Gen 3 or higher until way down the road when he's way more leveled up. It just won't be worth it. All right. I hope that answers questions. Also, liquidity pools are even better than what I realized. So Gaia tier, anything that is having lots of volume, Gaia tiers and runes on both Crystalville and Serendale are killing it on the liquidity pools for me. Gold on both Serendale and Crystalville are killing it for me. It's got to be 300% interest. So, and it's not like the liquidity that you create and then put it in the gardens. You don't ever put that liquidity in the gardens. So you just leave it with the druid. The nice thing about that is there is, I think, hidden fees when you deposit and stuff, but that at least you're not getting whacked with an additional fee. When you create the liquidity, I think it hits you a little bit. But man, I'm surprised more people aren't creating liquidity for gold on Crystalville, especially Crystalville, because your gold, you don't want to be selling it there. 100 jewel on Crystalville buys 115,000 gold. 100 jewel in Serendale only buys 80,000 gold. It's kind of a opportunity there for arbitrage. So Gaia tiers, runes, crystals, gold are really killing it on liquidity. And I just put all my items there too. And they're doing fine. There's not as much volume of trading happening there, but it's still amazing. I love you guys. Crypto Grady out. More videos to come.